So it appears that I'm really going to have to do some storage cleaning on my iPhone if I want to keep taking videos and keep doing this. So I've had to revert back to, how you doing, buddy? Beautiful dog, my friend, beautiful. I've had to revert back to using the Instagram camera for now. I will mash the video together and edit it all together. But anyways, sex for a man is not easy. It's difficult. So when a man is able to have sex with a wide variety of women, especially if they're attractive women, that insinuates and implies that he is valuable to some extent, right? Because it is difficult to do. So, no, a woman with a 20 body count and a man with a 20 body count are not the same whatsoever. That man, at some, to some sort of extent, has value, right? Because the average man is not going to be able to get 20 women, right? Like, I think the stat today is men aged 18 to 30 haven't had sex in a year or they're virgins. And it's only getting worse. It's only getting harder. So, that's my point. Like, sex is much easier for women to come by. And where I'm going with this is, like I said, I think that if a woman, let's say, so the other stat is if a woman has a body count of 5 or more, it ruins her ability to genuinely pair bond with a future husband by 80%. That's a real stat. You don't believe me? Look it up. I don't know what's going on here, but you don't believe me? Look it up. Go ahead. So I firmly believe that when a woman goes to another man, she sort of loses respect for him. It sounds crazy, but I believe it's true. She sort of loses respect for him because she knows he's taking a worse version of her. Do you get what I'm saying? So, like, bro, like, I don't understand. Well, I do understand, but, like, it's almost sad that these women don't understand that they're not getting better when they break up with a man or divorce a man. Sadly, I have to even clarify this. Obviously, if the dude's a pure scumbag and he's beating her, or he's a drug addict, or he's, like a threat to her and the children, he's not providing for them, obviously, it's an exception. That man that woman should leave, right? Okay, like, I shouldn't even really have to clarify this, but as I've learned, especially yesterday, which I'm going to tell a story about a conversation I had yesterday. Especially yesterday, I've learned that, like, no matter what, if you have an average IQ, you should understand what a generalization is. And you should understand that the baseline context of a conversation is a generalization, right? I guess it's just what the average normie mindset, like how it works, where they have to be like, well, not all women do this. Well, not all Asian men are short. It's like, no shit. No one ever implies 100% of every single situation or person is this when they're saying something. Like, that's never, I don't know why anybody ever thinks that's what's being implied, but generally speaking, when a woman leaves a relationship or a marriage, she's getting worse. She's getting worse. So she's going to another man. That man is taking her with that trauma, baggage, and everything else that, especially if a woman's like late 20s, early 30s, she's been through 10 relationships. Like you think you're getting a better woman? You like honestly. So my point is, she knows she's not better. She knows it. And subconsciously, a woman will never ever admit this. And I also want to preface, I've never heard anyone talk about this. This is like my own theory. I literally kind of just realized today when I was training weights. I wrote it down. These women know that they're subconsciously worse than they were, right? The 19-year-old version of her that hasn't had a traumatic breakup yet, hasn't cheated on a man yet, a man hasn't cheated on her yet, so on and so forth, that version of her, contrary to what like modern society will try to tell you, because the woman's 30 and she's more mature now and she learned, and when you're young, you're dumb, I think that's nonsense. That 20-year-old, let's say 21, that 21-year-old version of her is objectively better than the 13-year-old version of her that's had 6 or 7 boyfriends, or 6 or 7 relationships, or even just 6 or 7 casual sex hookups. That 21-year-old version of her, without all that, she knows inside that is a better version of her. So I believe genuinely that when a woman goes to a new man post-marriage, or after a divorce, she almost is going into that relationship with that man without the right amount of respect. Almost like she's going into it like, wow, what an idiot this guy's taking me. I believe this. I believe that these women go into these relationships secretly thinking to themselves, wow, this guy is a sucker. Why is he taking me? Okay, he's 35, above average height, makes above average money. Why is that guy going to take a single mother? Why is that guy going to take a divorced woman? Why is that guy going to take a woman that was engaged in a 6-year relationship? Right? Why is that guy going to take a woman that was in a 3-year, 2-year relationship where she genuinely loved the dude, right? And somehow it fell apart. Like, that's trauma. That's trauma building up. This woman knows that he's taking a worse version of her. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I think that they go into these relationships almost like already losing respect for this man simply for taking them. And it sounds crazy, but I believe it's 100% true. I believe it's 100% true. Women do not get better when they go through relationships and have breakups or divorces. They don't get better. They don't. I understand that modern society is going to tell us or tell you guys, well, she learned and she built herself. She built herself up. And she learned from her mistakes and she got better. And it's like, okay, maybe a woman could learn from her mistakes. Maybe the 30-year-old woman is a little wiser than the 19-year-old version of her, right? But she isn't better. She's not better. The 30-year-old man that has been through genuine heartbreak, walked in on his wife cheating on him with his best friend, walked in on his girlfriend banging his coworker or his boss. Like men, when we go through pain, struggle, and heartbreak, like, we legitimately improve. There's a reason why it's a stereotypical quote where chicks dig scars, right? Because women want a man that's been battered, broken, and beaten down and rebuilt himself from it. Like, that is just the story of the superhero. That's the story of the attractive, legendary man. A man that has rebuilt himself from the depths of hell. And that is just what women like. They want a man that's come back, rebuilt himself, learned. And the overwhelming majority of the time, right? I hope I don't have to clarify the exception again, but the overwhelming majority of the time, when a man gets older, he becomes wiser and better. If he does what he's supposed to do, he goes through the heartbreak, he goes through the divorces, he goes through the getting fired from his job, getting laid off, he goes through the addiction issues, he goes through the loss of family members, friends, being betrayed by friends lying to him, business, shit gets messed up. This, betters us as men. So, it's quite insane to me. And it's quite sad. The more I think about female nature, the more I learn. Even though it's ruthless, even though a woman will cheat on you with your best friend or your boss and then somehow blame it on you. I've been with women that have tried to blame everything on me. Accountability is it's just women are allergic to it. It just does not exist, right? Women are allergic to accountability. Even though I know the woman is programmed to some sort of extent to blame everything on me, to accuse, or not just me, but men in general. Even though I'm well aware of this shit, right? I still think that it's almost sad what is going on and what's happening with modern women and female nature. I'm trying to cross the street before I get hit by a car. Whew, the sun is fucking kicking today too, my friends. The sun is kicking today. It is beautiful where I'm at. I'm gonna get a nice tan. What time is it? 10:01. I gotta be done with this by 10:30ish, 10:45. But it is beautiful out. Perfect time for a video. Listen, if you see this, please subscribe, like the video, leave a comment. Let me know if you're dealing with similar shit. Let me know your experiences. I met a dude a day or two ago on my Instagram, and he shared me a story. I learned a lot of this from people sharing me stuff. He shared me a story of his sister-in-law and how she treats his brother and how she hates him and she's trying to get between them and basically giving that brother, I believe, I don't want to botch it or misspeak or tell the story wrong, but if I remember correctly, he said that she was trying to come between them, and I would have to assume that implies that there's an ultimatum set where she doesn't want the brother talking to the brother anymore. It's kind of what women normally do, right? That's just one story. I also need to give a shout out to see, this is a baby bird right here, bro. This is a baby bird that didn't make it. This shit kills me. I am such an animal lover. That shit fucking kills me, dude. It makes me so damn sad. But anyways, I want to give another shout out to my Australian friend on Instagram. 38 years old. He's on the same page as me. Complimented me on my Instagram in terms of how I've been talking about female nature and women. Because, bro, you can't make this shit up. Probably, I think it's 5 weeks now. At least 4 weeks. I've been ranting, right? This is before my girl broke up with me, and even though I should have mentioned, I really wish I would have mentioned, all right, guys, I see it coming. I can feel it. I can see her behavior. I see how she's acting. I see what she's saying. This is what she's done in the past. This perfectly correlates with female nature that I know. I really wish I would have, instead of just taking it down in my notes, I wish I would have just said it on my Instagram. I didn't. Oh, well. But this is perfect. I'm extremely grateful for this happening because it's going to help me and it's going to help my channel and it's going to help people see in real time how I'm acting, how I'm carrying myself, my energy, my attitude, all the, basically what I'm portraying, despite a woman that I loved, breaking up with me. This is perfect. I'm genuinely grateful for it. It's allowing me to, in real time, exemplify exactly how I want men to behave and carry themselves if a woman breaks up with them or breaks their heart, because you need to be damn near careless. And if you care less, literally, you win. You're not going to be down in the dumps. You're going to understand, okay, she's already a worse version of herself. She's literally already a worse version of herself going to another man, right? If you keep that in mind, that you can get a woman better than her, and more than likely you can, because a woman turns 18 every day. I'm not condoning men, go for 18-year-old women. I think the legal age should be 21. I digress. Anyways, there's better women almost every day. The better man, the man better than you, isn't taking your girlfriend. Do you understand? I don't care if he's a billionaire. I don't care if he's 6'6", jacked as fuck. I don't care if every single, category of what you would use to deem a man a valuable, high-value man. I don't care if he checks it all off. If he's taking your girl, he's taking the worst version of her. He's not getting the version you got. And he's not getting an upgraded version. That is just not how the female nature, it's not how it works. It doesn't work that way. It never works that way. From the minute she loses her virginity, she has become worse. So the man that dates her after the man that took her virginity is getting a worse version of her. I got a worse version of my girl than the last guy to an extent. And if you're a guy like me and you're as radical and as hyper-masculine as I am, you're almost building her up for the next man to an extent, right? But at the same time, it's lowering her value because she had to learn from another man how to do oral sex, how to ride and be on top. Little things like that. That man is getting that, right? But it's a worse version of her, because a real man, you know, in a hypothetical, he doesn't want a girl that learned how to give a blowjob from another dude. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, he just doesn't. That's not what... If a man could, you know, we'll call it build a bitch. If a dude could build a bitch, you know, like Build-A-Bear, get it? Ha ha ha. He's not saying, yeah, I want the one that was with this dude for 4 years and he taught her how to spit on his, you know, hawk to spit on that thing. Remember when that shit was viral? No dude is like, yeah, I want that girl. That's who I want my wife to be. I want my wife to be the girl that learned how to give oral sex from another guy so she could give it to me. No dude, bro. None. And I don't got a lot of time here because I'm already 16 minutes in. And I got to combine my last 2 videos I took. So in the next video, I'll talk about a conversation I had with 2 dudes. And I'm not going to get specific with it. I don't want to give shit away. There's certain people I don't really want seeing my YouTube channel. And I also want to keep it private for them because I don't really want them to, you know, somehow, some way, somehow people realize who I'm talking about some way in the future. These 2 dudes tried telling me if they could hypothetically build a woman, they wouldn't want a virgin. And it was like a debate. And it was 2v1. And I just let off exactly how I can let it off, bro. I was like, bro, that, you know, like, this is just common sense. No dude wants, it's just, you know, it's legit common sense. It's legitimately common sense. And I had, you know, the conversation with, it was, you know, a 2v1. But anyways, what am I right here? I'm 17 minutes in. I don't even know if I'll be able to combine my other 2 videos. So I gotta go. Listen, I love you. Like and subscribe, please. Please, I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers before the end of June. That would make my year. It would clearly make my month. So if you see this, share it with a friend. Share it with somebody who's struggling. Share it with a dude who needs to hear it. Because I genuinely love you. And if you follow and subscribe to me, we're literally just gonna get better and better and better. That's just what happens. When you fuck with me, we get better. It's just how this shit works. So I love yous. I'm out.